Hello guys, here's Oliver again, and today I'm going to work on new model of Abaddon the Despoiler. It's a really nice model. Target is to have weathered armor with rich colored cloak. First I thought that it will be better to leave the cloak unattached to the body, but I realized it will be not possible to glue the cloak to the body later on, so it's gonna be a bit harder, but it's nothing impossible. Okay, I'm gonna start with his cloak, especially with these areas, the deepest ones, just to put the prime there and leave it until the end, and I will get back to the cloak at the very end. For the initial prime I will use Sirius purple for the whole inner part of the cloak. Alright, with the armor I'm gonna prime it with a mixture of Vallejo black and dark blue. It's gonna be just a touch of the dark blue, just not to be pure black. Okay, all the metallics on the model, which are the rims, pikes, are going to be painted with lead belcher and retributor armor. With all the metallics painted, I'm gonna continue with details like the skull trophies, the hoses, the Space Marine helmet. For that I'm gonna use graveyard earth, mainly for the skulls, and for the hoses. Actually, I want the hoses look like fleshy or veins or something like this. Okay, with finished metal details, I'm gonna wash all the metals with Agrax Earthshade, Seraphim Sepia and Druchii Violet. For the hoses I'm gonna use mixture of Null Oil Wash and Tamiya Clear Red X27. The mixture should be really thin, that it will act like a wash. Okay, I've added this same mixture on the claw to represent dried blood mixed with oil, also here and there. The sword, I'm gonna use Macrid Red for the handle. I will wash it with Agrax Earthshade, and the metallic part I'm gonna wash with Reikland Flesh Shade and Drakenhof Nineshade. In next step I'm gonna use lead belcher paint to dry brush the edges of the armor, just to represent worn or scratched edges. Okay, I'm gonna use light rust from Vallejo mixed with water to make the rust effect in some of the most recessed areas on the armor. Alright, in the next step I'm going to airbrush the cloak with the dark blue from Vallejo. It's gonna be the base color, and later on I will airbrush the exposed areas with red and fire red. The final layer on the coat will be mixture of the pure red and US Earth Yellow from Vallejo. One of the last things I want to add on the cloak is burnt edge. So I'm gonna use standard black from Vallejo and airbrush just the edge and the holes that it looks like it's burnt. I'm gonna highlight the helmet of the Marine with dark blue and grayish blue. I had to mask all the surroundings. I'm using white tack to do that because it's easy and fast. I'm gonna use the same thing but now with US Earth Yellow, and I'm gonna airbrush all the trophy skulls. I need to mask all around. Okay, next step will be the fur on his shoulder, which I'm gonna paint with Mournfang Brown as a base color. Then I will wash it with Agrax Earthshade and slightly dry brush with Ushabti Bone. Alright, while waiting to get the wash dried, I'm gonna finish the spikes on his trophy holder, let's say. I'm gonna use Graveyard Earth, which is actually the Steel Legion Drab from the new range of Citadel colors. Right after that I will wash it with Seraphim Sepia and Nuln Oil. Okay, I'm gonna use the same color for the other side of the fur, which I will wash with Rakeland Flesh Shade. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is to add more realistic look to the fur, to look dirty, bloody, and for that I will use Tamiya X27 Clear Red mixed with Nuln Oil. Don't worry that it looks a bit glossy. I will use the matte varnish after I finish with it, and I will use more layers just to increase the intensity of the detail in certain areas. Alright, I have prepared the head for airbrushing. I masked all the surrounding and I'm gonna spray the mixture of US desert sand and light gray. So with airbrushed head I will continue with washing. I will use Rakeland Flesh Shade mainly around his eyes and mouth, and Druchii Violet maybe where the neck is, ears. Okay, I will continue with his knot on the head. I will base it with mixture of Rhinox Hide, Mephiston Red, which I will wash with Rakeland Flesh Shade and highlight it with pure Mephiston Red, and I will be adding Troll Slayer Orange in each next layer. I will continue with his Draconian Sword. I will start with dry brushing with Leadbelcher, and later on I will airbrush the glow effect of each of the, let's call it, smiling faces on the blade. Okay, with the highlighted and dry brushed blade I will airbrush it with Hawk Turquoise, which is Sotek Green from the new range, and I will actually just airbrush the faces and later on highlighted them with maybe pure white, I will see. Last thing on the model will be the eye on the shoulder pad. I'm gonna base it with Averland Sunset, and I will put 2 coats of Seraphim Sepia. Alright guys, that's it. Abaddon is finished. I didn't take any footage of the base, so just to make it shorter and brief. I hope you like the model. I hope you like the tutorial. If you had any comments, questions regarding the model, just put it down. We will try to answer it as soon as possible. And if you like to see more videos like this, just subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you.